Hey guys, Lucker here from Aztech, and today I basically just wanted to do a patch rundown or a patch overview of the patch that came out yesterday, patch 33.1, and let's get right into it because it was a pretty big patch. So what we can see basically from design is that I think they wanted to remove a lot of the baseline armor that were on a lot of the tanks. They said that I guess it was basically just hard to communicate visually, and it was a lot of hidden power that people didn't really understand and everything, so they're trying to remove it all. But I think we'll see more of that later when we get into the tank area on, in the heroes sections. For structures, fort tower experience is getting reduced, fort experience is up, keep experience is up. Similar for towers as well. I think this is actually a pretty good change because it reduces a lot of that early snowball that you sometimes just see like really gets games really just get out of hand really quickly. So it probably doesn't nerf XP in the late game when you're getting keeps and forts and stuff. But if you just like cheesing an early tower is way less effective, which I actually think is probably definitely a good change overall. And also probably definitely then it doesn't really make much sense, but I had to think about it for a second. I do think this is a good change, making games definitely a bit less snowbally. So I think this is actually a pretty good change. Let's just get into the heroes. For assassins, the first one up is Cassia. She's getting more health. Looks like about 20% more health. Oh, sorry, 10%, not 20. And about 5% more health regen. Wait, no, it's decreased. Okay, she's losing about 5% health regen. And her trait is getting nerfed. Me personally, I'm really happy with this nerf because I hated playing auto attack heroes into Cassia. Just having your damage basically be a third of what it was whenever you verse her is just really annoying. And she was really starting to see play again. At least in Hero League. I know there hasn't really been pro games and everything, but she was really annoying to verse in Hero League with that 65 armor all the time. I do think it's an overall nerf, even though they gave her some health. So she will be a bit weaker. But yeah, I'm definitely happy from that. Since I personally don't play her. Going to Phoenix, this is just like a small buff. His unit radius reduced. It was really, really big before, so this is just nice. I know some of the other boys definitely know that whenever I played Phoenix, I was just a hook magnet, so maybe that helps a bit when I'm playing him against like Stitches and stuff like CC. Definitely going to help out. Genji. Cyber agility cooldown increased. Agile dismount cooldown increased. Yeah. So if you take the one talent, it's basically the same if you use it. The baseline, the D is going to be up in cooldown. I don't think this is a big enough nerf. Genji's still going to be really good. He is really good right now. He does a lot of damage. Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a nerf, especially if you go the E build. You get that E move speed level 1, but more people might. A lot of people take agile dismount anyway, but it is a very small nerf. I still think he'll be really, really good. It's not a big enough nerf. With Kael'thas, unit radius reduced. This is actually, yeah, this is a good buff. Like this is a bigger buff than most people would think. Like the unit radius stuff, because like it means you can't get body blocked as well. Not just like skill shots and everything. Makes it easier to dodge stuff. Makes it easier to like escape situations if you're getting body blocked and everything. So basically just buffs is like passive tankiness, you could say, whereas elusiveness, living bomb getting a bit extra damage, 5% baseline. I thought Kael'thas was looking pretty decent after the last buffs, but these should definitely help. I think possibly even push him into seeing some play in some games if he's like maybe later in the picks when I don't know, you need like that nice AoE damage, maybe some wave clear, and you're not bursting some hard counters like heavy dive or whatever. So I definitely think that these changes and the ones from the previous patch could possibly push him back into the meta. Maeve, well, looks like she's getting nerfed, I guess. The 4 talent that you always take is getting nerfed. Umbral Bind's getting nerfed. Spirit of Vengeance, cooldown up, damage increase. This is really nice for wave clear actually, the damage increase. Like basically your E the E return and a Q will probably clear the whole wave with this and the W. It already did kind of before, but the wave clear is going to be a lot nicer with this. I guess you can't do it as often. This should be up for every single wave. No longer deals bonus damage to heroes. Instead of it damage to hero. Yeah, so I think this is a good change for the E. Makes it weaker for disengage, but it's actually stronger if you get both hits of the E off, which I'm pretty sure like you probably actually don't get, because you just get the E, it damages them once and you engage, right? But then it's still lower cooldown than it was before, because you get the 4 seconds, it goes to 9 seconds. But it is still an overall nerf. She was still pretty decent, so I don't think these nerfs are too bad. I think she'll still be really good with some comps. Not going to be like always pick a top pick tier. Yeah. Lunara. Yeah, I recently did a video on Lunara. I think she has been really good. She's definitely been seeing more play, higher pick rate, higher win rate and everything. Her talents are a lot better now. But we're seeing a nerf to Nature's Culling, which I kind of saw coming, since it is really, really good now that you can take it without having to sacrifice Splintered Spear. 125, it's still really good. It's probably still going to be the best pick on that that talent tier, the level 4 talent tier. Level 7 Choking Pollen, doesn't matter. You're never going to take this over Splintered Spear, so forget about it. So overall, I think she'll still be really good. 25% off Nature's Culling is not going to be big enough nerf. Multi-class, I think we're done with the Assassins. Varian. It's getting 200 health, a bit of health regen. This is like 10% health, probably a bit more than 10%, looks like 11%-ish. 10% health regen. Taunt's losing his passive armor, I think it was like 10 or 15, I'm not too sure. Passive maximum health increase. So I think from the looks of this, I might be wrong, but Taunt variant is going to be basically the same level of tankiness with the health buffs from both the Taunt and the baseline, and the health regen and everything, even though he is losing the passive armor. This means that Colossus and Twin Blades will both be quite a lot stronger, because this is not a small buff for sure in terms of the tankiness. So it is quite nice to see for Varian, who hasn't really been seeing too much play. So overall, I think that's a pretty good change. Zagara. So I skimmed over this one quickly before. I didn't really read the developer comment, but I just saw that they were buffing her scaling all across the board. They nerfed a lot of the baselines, but like Hunter Killer gaining move speed, damage increasing, like all of the stuff, all the scaling going up. I think this is really, really good for Zagara. She probably won't see... I still don't think she'll see much competitive play. I guess you're probably going to still take Mutalisk, even though they buffed the 16s. Just because of the role she fits, no one's really going to be... People don't really pick specialist split push kind of comps. Who knows, like people could start picking cheese shit, but even with the scaling buffs, I think she will definitely be stronger, but I'm not sure if we'll make her competitively viable with all of these buffs, just because of the role she fits. Getting into supports, looks like Oriole's basically getting nerfed. I think I'd agree with these changes. They don't look... yeah, they don't look too big, and Oriole was really, really good after the last buffs. Like, she started becoming really strong. Like, she wasn't as battery reliant, because basically you generated so much energy by yourself just with all the damage buffs she'd been receiving and her energy generation buffs. So she could generate so much just by herself with sweeps and auto attacks. The auto attack, I know, definitely received a large buff in terms of her generation. So she definitely became a lot less reliant on battery, and she was just still a good support. She just kind of fell out of the meta because Malf and Stukov were a lot stronger, and they recently got nerfed, and she became a lot better. But yeah, I think these nerfs are decent-ish overall. Brightwing, Soothing Mist being buffed by like 2-3%, Blink Heal being, yeah, you're still going to take Emerald Wind. Soothing Mist buff is nice, I guess. Probably not big enough to make a meta again, but who knows. You never could be too sure. I think it's still nice-ish overall. She probably still needs more to be pushed back into competitive, but yeah, still okay. From here, it looks like Stukov's getting buffed back up. I guess they never want him to not be fucking one of the top healers in the meta, I guess. So yeah, they had to buff him back up. But that's alright. I hate versing Stukov, so I'm biased, but he did definitely get nerfed harder than Malf did. And these buffs could be nice for Stukov players. I'm just salty because I don't like Stukov. Alright, we're moving on to the Warriors. Anubarak, base spell armor removed, but he's gaining about 200 health, it's about 10%. Gaining some health regen as well, slightly less than 10%, hardened carapace. Gives you spell armor while active. Yeah, I think Anub after this change is probably going to be as strong, if not slightly stronger. The base spell armor was really nice on Anub, like really, really nice. But this means his weaknesses where I didn't like picking him, and I know like a lot of people didn't like picking him, was because you got melted by auto attackers, so this should help a bit. Probably still going to get melted by them. But also this, you're getting some of the spell armor back with the W and the mana cost being reduced, so this is still going to be quite nice. So I think he's probably going to be slightly weaker against sustained like spell damage builds, but I think overall probably actually a bit stronger just because the health is going to be nicer against those auto attackers and physical damage dealers. Arthas, base physical armor removed. He's gaining a bit of health. Not really that much. Like 100, 125-ish. It's like 5%. Rhyme's gaining some physical armor. That's his block. He's getting a bit of health regen. I think this will be a very slight overall nerf to Arthas. The base armor was really nice for him because you already had a lot of healing, so max healing, like max health on him is not really that big because he was like, his health pool wasn't really a huge deal because he just had healing anyway, and his healing numbers are still going to be the exact same. The Rhyme getting more armor is nice. I actually, like, if I ever had to fill Arthas, I like taking Rhyme a lot against auto attackers. You get 3 stacks of it. It's really, really good. So I think this buff would actually be really nice. But I still think he'll be slightly weaker just because he loses that physical armor. Diablo, I really liked playing Diablo since the changes. I think they were really good. The old one-shot build was really, really annoying to deal with, and I thought that the new changes really pushed him towards a funner playstyle, both to play, since they buffed his ult, and funner to verse, since you're not just getting like one shot out of the blue. If he just like clips you against the wall and then he eases you and clips you into another wall. That was just like really frustrating to play, and it's just like really cheesy. Very one-dimensional playstyle. But he was feeling a bit weak after those changes. The health is getting buffed, health regen's up, basic attack speed's up, Fire Stomp healing is getting increased. The level 1 Feast of Fear, that's getting, I think, slightly nerfed. It's going from, this is 15% healing over 4 seconds to 12% healing over 3. So I guess it is getting increased slightly more per second, but the actual total amount's getting reduced. Devil's Dew's getting buffed. Soul Shield's getting buffed. The Q talent's getting buffed at 4. W's getting buffed at 4. Yeah. Devastating Charge. I think the W build is going to be the best. It was already the build that I liked playing the most, and I saw a lot of people playing. I think it will still be the best, and I think these are pretty decent-ish buffs overall for Diablo. So yeah, I think it's good. Garrosh, Q cooldown increase, E cooldown increased, 16 talent, doesn't matter. Probably not big enough nerfs. I think Garrosh's still going to be really, really strong, and he definitely is not copying it like some of the other tanks are in this armor change. I thought they might have reduced maybe his armor from 50 at max is to maybe like 40 or something, but they didn't change that at all. Even with these cooldown increases, I think he's still probably going to be one of the best, if not the best tank in the game still. Johanna, very last hero. So she's losing her base phys armor. She had the highest armor, I'm pretty sure, out of any hero, the 25 base. She's getting about 200 health. She's getting a bit of health regen. And her block, which I'm pretty sure doesn't get taken. I'm not too sure on this talent or what's on that tier because I don't really play Joe, but not too sure the talent getting buffed is that big. But I think this is like Johanna definitely. I don't think she deserved it, but she definitely got nerfed the hardest out of all the tanks for sure. Just because she had 25 base phys armor and she's only getting like, this is less than 10% health, and the health regen's like 10% as well. So it's like she's basically losing all that base physical armor to get almost no health. I think it's a really big nerf, and I think they definitely should have given her more health regen for sure. Like easily another 200 health if they wanted her to be slightly better after the removal. So I think she definitely copped it the hardest out of all the tanks. Yeah, basically that sums up the patch overview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about the changes and everything, and if you think I got anything wrong. And yeah, see you guys next time.